Hey y'all, so let's get right into the video. So this is just me taking out the excess space in the cap because my client, she wanted a snug fit. So that's what I'm doing, is just pulling forward the extra cap, and then I'm just tying it down. This is a super easy process, especially if you know how to sew and you know how to pull forward the extra space. If you guys want a more detailed video on that, let me know and I'll be more than happy to go ahead and film that for you. This is the closure that my client had provided. I'm just going to pull it down in front of the cap about 1/2 inch because you want a little bit space in the front. And then I'm going to pin down the front and I'm going to pin down the back. You should have 4 equal flat sides on each side, as you can see right here. Then I'm going to sew down the whole perimeter of the closure. I like to pull the needle through the thread and then pull through before I start sewing. And then once I start sewing, I like to go under the closure, and then I like to take the opposite side of that needle and wrap it around the needle and then pull the needle up and pull the thread through. And I do this all throughout the closure until there's no more thread, but usually I have enough thread to go around, so yeah. So before I actually sew on all the bundles to the wig, I like to double my wefts. This is how I double my wefts. I just take the end of one bundle and I put it together just like so, like the tracks sitting on top of each other. And then I hold one end of the bundle and the other end on the sewing machine, and I'm kind of like not pulling it, but I'm like guiding it through so that the thread doesn't go all over the place, if that makes sense. look like once you have doubled your wefts. They are now together, so now it's time to sew onto the actual cap. So when sewing onto the cap, you want to make sure that one hand is guided on top of the track and the other is guided onto the cap. You do not want to stretch the cap at all, because stretching the cap can cause bumps and make ripples in the cap. This is not what you want. You want a flat track sewn onto the cap. So make sure that you're not pulling, but you are guiding the cap and the bundles through the sewing machine. So what you want to do at the end is back stitch. You also want to do this in the beginning. So you'll hold the reverse button on the sewing machine and move forward, and you'll do this about 2 to 3 times. Once you're done with that, this is how the bundle should look on the cap. Look at that, super neat, super flat. And this is what you want throughout the wig. So another tip would to be holding your cap and the bundle like a hamburger. So having one hand on the cap to see where you're guiding the track at, and then another holding under the cap and under the bundle. So as you can see, my right hand is positioned kind of holding the bundle, and then the left hand is guiding and seeing where the cap is. I'm not necessarily stretching, but I'm just making barely enough room so that I can see what I am looking at before I sew. So this is how the wig ended up. I did go ahead and sew on an elastic band because my customer did want a snug fit. This is the inside of the wig. Don't mind it looking bunched up. It was completely flat. There was no ripples. There was no bumps. So right here, I'm just going ahead and bleaching the knots. You want to make sure that the consistency is like toothpaste. It's not too runny. It's not too thick, because you do want those knots to get bleached, but you don't want it to where the bleach will seep onto the hair. So this is like a perfect consistency and stuff. But yeah, you guys, so for the rest of the video, I was just customizing the wig. If you guys want a video on how I customize my wigs, please let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions as to how I did something on the sewing machine, please let me know in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer. And if you guys want a more detailed video on the sewing machine, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to make that video for you guys. But for the rest of the video, I'm just going to be customizing and styling the wig. So I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.
right. You know that I miss you, but I be getting mixed signals while you slow down. Don't stop this green light. Now you gotta be special when you know I can't have you. When I'm under the next one, oh, now you wanna get aggressive. Oh, do you mean you keep on making me believe nightmares turn into a dream? If you're so toxic to me, what am I feeling? Cause I thought it was over. Got me thinking my feelings over. You keep doing it over and over. You keep calling me back. I'm just trying to get closer. You pulling me closer and closer. Phone ringing like over and over. Cause you keep calling me back. La 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 la. Why you keep calling me back? Love needing you switch up. I'd rather we never pick up. But can we slip up and mix up sometimes? You say it don't mean it, just want it when it's convenient. Am I crazy for waiting on my side? Now you calling me special